Hello, everyone. Welcome to Consistently Creative Crew. I'm Colleen, along with Kari and Cheryl, and tonight I'll be leading you through the Magic of Christmas project recipe. And one of the coolest things about this project recipe is you can use scraps. You don't use a whole piece of any of the four papers that are shown in the display in the sample. And the base they're showing white cardstock. Obviously, you can do album pages. You could do a very tonal paper as a background if you wanted to. And I want to show you the cutting guide because you really do understand. This is the cardstock, so you just need 6 inches by 12 inches of cardstock. This is designer paper number 1, and you just need 9 inches. Designer paper number 2, 4 or less. Look at designer paper number 3. This little square is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then you do 2 1/2-inch strips, tiny little strips. So really, you could make the whole layout with scraps. Now to make it, so I am actually following along the guide tonight, so it's easier for you to follow along. So on the sample, green cardstock is paper number 1. I want to make sure, let me show you that I say the right thing. I always mark my papers. So the second paper is this green ornament paper.
And how much do we need of that second paper again?
9 inches. Oh, you know what? That's not accurate. That is not correct. No, the number I gave you is correct, but I'm using a slightly different paper on that. And then the second designer paper is the holly, and you can see it goes across the bottom. Whoops, get on camera. Goes across the bottom. And the third designer paper is this grid. And you use very little of it. Tiny amounts. 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Also, in case anyone didn't choose to do a Christmas tree and that wasn't your jive, I spent too much time creating a snow angel instead of a Christmas tree. So I also changed the orientation of the second page because it didn't match with my photos. So it really is intended to be seen this way. But I'm like, nope, that doesn't work for me. So I rotated it so it fit my photos. And here I'm going to put journaling with white strips. I just didn't get to do that yet. So, it's a recipe. It's a suggestion. You should always adapt and make it your own with what works with what you have. For tools, no super specific tools. There is a chain border punch. That's to create the tree. So chain means it stays connected. And your trimmer, your cutting, your mats, your repositionable tape runner, and your regular tape runner. Embellishments, stickers. I do believe that is correct.
Right, I will share my screen with the advisor guide. Give you a moment. All right, so hopefully you can see it. Here's the advisor guide that they give us when they're using the collection that the recipe was designed for. They normally give us some ideas of what papers we might want to use. So this kind of gives you an idea of the 3 papers that they recommended, but they also have some additional paper pairings here that might be helpful to you, so you can see the ones that they were deciding that would work well with this recipe. And as Colleen said, you can always use scraps. You don't have to tear into a brand new sheet of paper. And so all of the items that they recommended were here with those 2 sheets of white cardstock and the additional dark green cardstock that would help you finish it. And Colleen already showed us the project recipe, so I will stop sharing.
Okie doke. And there was one other tool, and it's the square punch, but you can certainly just cut a square. This is the base, the trunk of the Christmas tree. And I can give you measurements when we get to that. And then the base, I'll be using white cardstock for my base. So if everyone's ready, we're going to start with our cardstock. And the cutting guide has you punch 2 strips of the ornament punch, but they don't have you go all the way up. They have you stop. So I would do that. I see a question in the chat. Do I need to address it?
Well, the question was paper pieces H and I, because I think we've got some digital people at that point saying half of an inch looks really narrow.
One and a half. 1.5.
And it's 1.5. Okay, because it says half an inch on the one that I have, so it must have maybe it got updated. Okay.
Yeah, so paper H and I are 1.5 inches wide.
Yeah,
My
mine
version says
says
half an
half.
inch also. So
Yeah, half.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay.
It does say a half, but I made it bigger, so.
I will download the most recent version and make certain that I have that.
Anything
And
else?
put it in the chat.
Thank you, Kari.
Yep.
Anything else? Okay, so I'm just going to punch the whole way, because what am I going to do with these 2 little scraps? I'm just going to punch my border all the way across. And you line it up on the front. I know we have some new people. You line it up on the front with the black mark, either to the left or the right, it doesn't matter. And then the opposite side, you hold it up against the edge. And then you line it up on the outside with the image. Keep always holding it tight on the opposite side. It'll give you a nice straight punch. And then after we punch, we're going to cut it with our trimmer.
The new file is in the chat.
Thank you. Kari.
You're welcome.
I'm going to trim off my edge here because I bobbled. I can't talk and punch at the same time.
Aw.
It's okay because we're not using the whole piece of paper. And then just punch another one.
So we punch 2 of these.
Punch 2 of them, and we're going to we're going to cut both of them to smaller. But for right now, let's just punch 2. Oh, there's some fun little punch poop that comes out. Look at these little cute snowflakes that come out. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so we want to trim these 2 pieces. One is 7¼ inches long. 7¼ inches long. challenging to line this up with the ornaments all going every which way. Seven and a quarter inches long. And then the other piece is 2 inches. And then the remainder is scrap. I'm going to figure out which way I can get the best look for 2 inches. Oh, well, looks like they get cut apart no matter what. Okay, so then that remainder is scrap. The other piece, you cut it 5.5. Right to the edge of the trimmer is 5.5. And 3.5. Well, that one works out nicely. Go right in between the ornaments. And the remainder is scrap. And then we're finished with the border punch. And then from your green cardstock, we're going to cut 3.5 by 12. And then this piece is scrap, or if you started with scraps, you used a scrap. Go you. Set that aside. The second paper, which they call designer paper number 1, which I think is very confusing. It is the green matte here under these photos, and it mats this photo and that photo here. It's a green holly for the magic of Christmas. And the first cut is 4.5 by 12. And the second cut is 4.5 by 12. Wow, they made it nice and easy on us. The remainder is scrap. You rotate this and cut at 6. And that's it for the second. 4.5 by 12, 4.5 by 12, rotate it and cut it at 6.
The other one we're supposed to leave 4.5 by 12.
Correct.
Okay.
And we move on to the next paper. This is the one you only need about 4 inches on. And it is the base of the 2 pages. It's this white with red berries and evergreen and holly.
And that's going along the bottom?
Going along the bottom of both pages. It's like anchoring the bottom of both pages.
Got it.
The first cut is 1/2 inch. And on our trimmers, we always do the smaller cuts to the right of the cutting line, as many of you know. Because that way you have more, you can hold on to your paper on this side because you have the larger piece of it. So that's 1/2 inch. The second cut is 1.5 inches. I'm going to still keep it on this side and slide over to 1.5. And we do that twice. 1.5 by 12 twice. All right, and now we get into tiny 1/2 inch. The 1/2 inch on the trimmer is to where the grid starts. Where this grid is 1/2 inch. And we're going to cut one, rotate it, cut at 6.5. cut at 4. So we're cutting at 6.5 and at 4. And the last cut is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. I kid you not. Keep track of where you put this little piece of paper. 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Teeny tiny. I'm gonna put it right there on my laptop. So if I forget, you guys can remind me. And we are finished with that paper. How's everybody doing? Are we all?
Doing good.
I got lost on the last paper. Can you do that one more time?
Yes. So this paper here, Deanna, the one I just finished.
Yep.
Okay. The first cut is 1/2 inch by 12.
Okay.
The next 2 cuts are 1.5 by 12.
So we have 1/2 inch and then 2 at 1.5.
Correct. Oh, I forgot. We have to cut one more. I'm glad you asked. I left out there's a little teeny tiny piece. I'll wait till you're caught up, Deanna. How's everybody else doing? We do have one more cut on this paper. It is 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches. I am just going to cut 1/2 inch strip. 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches. And the rest of this strip, the majority of it is scrap.
1/2 inch by 2.5.
Yes.
And then did you say you cut the other 1/2 inch strip somehow?
Yes, it received 3 cuts.
Okay.
Cut it at 6.5. You cut it at 4. And then you cut it 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch.
Jeez.
Teensy tiny, size of a fingernail.
6, 4. Four and then 1/2 by 1/2.
Yes, that's it. 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch.
Mercy.
It's already 1/2 inch wide. You're just cutting it. And put it someplace very careful. Oh, we're almost finished. The cutting is almost finished. The last cutting, you can see these 2 little strips, 2 1/2 inch strips, and one 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square, which you can use the square punch for, or you can just cut it out yourself. And I have an extra paper out, so I have to make sure I'm using the correct thing. Ta-da! All right, so the last paper, everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the last paper is, guess what? 1/2 inch. And I will say that it goes across your paper. Where's my hand? Where's my hand? Goes across your paper like this. So I'm going to rotate it so that this pattern goes across the paper. 1/2 inch. And there's a second piece that's 1/2 inch, but we cut it. So I'm just cut 2 1/2 inches. You're going to have scrap. So from the last designer paper, you have 2 1/2 inch strips. One, you rotate and cut it 6 inches. And the other one is, the remainder you cut to 4 3/4. And this little piece is scrap. So again, we cut at 6 and 4 3/4. And then the second 1/2 inch strip, you cut it at 2 inches. And the remainder, the largest piece, is scrap. I'm definitely going to go back and make this again and use all these pieces and just put it in a different book. And then the last cut is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square, or you can use the square punch. And since I have the square punch, I'm going to use the square punch.
Is that for the base of the tree?
Yes, this is for the base of the tree.
Okay.
I always do my punches upside down so I can see where it's going to go, and I can, put it up against the edge as much as possible. Again, that's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square for the base. So
What's the size? Oh, the square is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay.
Or just punch a square.
yes, or just punch a square with the square punch. It's nice, I don't know if you've noticed, but if the square punch and the circle punch, a lot of our embellishments, stickers and whatnot, they're made to go right on these. So you can punch these out of designer or cardstock, and then our embellishments fit right on them. If you didn't know. So now you need your base papers because we are assembling. So let's do the tree first. Let's just get it out of the way. Repo is your friend. Repositionable tape runner. Your repositionable mat. So the base are pieces H goes across the bottom, and that is the 1 1/2 strip that people had different had a different size on. And it goes flush against the bottom. 1 1/2 inches by 12. It's one of the thicker papers we cut.
By comparison, yeah.
Because we're here, the other one goes across the other bottom. Let's just get those 2 pieces out of the way. Oh, by the way, this jumbo tape runner is back in stock. If you missed out on it the first time it came out. And I thought, oh, I don't need that big heavy thing. It's not heavy, and I can put down a single piece of tape runner, and it lasts so much longer. It's a huge refill. Sorry. Just thought I had to share. Okay. Now.
You're enabling.
I'm enabling. But you know what? If I didn't share that and you're like, Colleen, why did you withhold from me for so long?
That's true. Absolutely true.
So, yes. All right. So the base, I'm just going to stack dry fit. Here's your 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 square for the base. And then you're just going to start taking your pieces that you have cut and layering them. And honestly, you can just look at them and say, oh, this is the longest one. This is the bottom layer. There you go. And the way they show it, it's not perfect. It's angled. Where's my next strip? Oh, those are the scraps. Don't take the scraps.
So the bottom piece is the what length? That's the 7 and whatever?
Yes, your border punch. It's the longest piece of your border punch. Whoops, oops. 7 1/4.
Got it.
Yes. And then the piece of paper that you used at the bottom, the opposite of that paper is the next layer. And that is J. And that is 6.5 inches. I feel like you're going to want to layer it, you know, when you put them down, you're going to want to have them layering on top of each other.
And that was 6.5 inches long by how many? One half inch?
Half inch, yes.
Okay.
All of this, the whole tree is half-inch pieces of paper.
Got it.
And then the other piece of paper, okay. This is this is 6 inches long. And it's from the last paper we just cut. That's where that's from. And now we're going to do another punch, your next longest punch piece, which is 5.5, goes next. And then again, the last paper we just cut, 4 3/4, goes next. So it's the same paper above and below the ornaments that you just put down. Then this strip, I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe this to you. 4 inches wide. Then the border punch, that is 3 3.5. Basically, it's whatever sizes fit. That's how it goes. All right, and we're showing the red side again. And this, the one above that piece is 2.5. And the one above that is 2. I'm literally just grabbing whatever the smallest things are in front of me. I should have been more vigilant about telling you to make sure to separate out your scraps to make it less confusing. And then remember that 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch piece? Well, that goes at the top. And then they put a sticker on the top. So in general, that's how the tree goes. You have 2 paper mats. I'm not going to stick this down, but the paper mats would go over the tree. On the right-hand side, you put your solid piece of cardstock down. Oh, you know, we'll say 1/2 inch in. And then your 4.5 by 12 designer paper at the top. Can everybody see? And then your other mat goes below, and you have one 12 inch, no, is this by 1/2 inch, and that goes in here, in between. So that is your layout. Does anyone have any questions about the layout or the cuts?
I think we're good. We'll go ahead and pause the recording.
Sounds good. And the magic of video. Here is my completed layout.
Oh.
What I really liked about the tree, oh, can you pause? Okay, from the magic of video, here is the completed layout. What I love about the tree is it's wonky. It's not meant to be straight. You know, things are overlapped, things are crooked, there's more of a gap. And I think that's fun. Mine ended up being a little bit squatter, but that's okay. I ended up going out on a limb and adding a little embellishment up here in the corner because I felt like it really needed something. And this star, the center of this ornament, that's what I used up here in the corner. I love using leftovers from punches. Anyway, and some stickers. I used foam squares on my deer to pop it out, and foam squares on my Magic of Christmas. And then on the other side, I deviated from the layout plan because it's Christmas tree photos, and all of my photos were the other direction. So I just, that's what I say. It's a recipe. You just create what you can. But I thought it was fun, and also I did share the snow angel that I did. I will try and write some simple directions. It wasn't overly complicated. If anybody wants to make a snow angel, let's see what everybody else did.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Share. Don't be shy.
Mine is nowhere close to finished. Sorry.
No
I'll
worries.
share. I'm done.
All right.
I cannot share while somebody else is
Oh,
sharing.
hold on. Sorry. Okay, you should be able to share.
Turn the music off.
I
Okay.
did. I just didn't stop the audio share. That's just, that would be asking me to do another thing, and I can't.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is so cute.
Thank you.
Oh, I
it.
love the little wooden ornaments and
yep.
stocking. That's great.
Don't ask me what kid it is because I just forgot, but I'm going to write it down before I'm done and write it down for it and put it in the thing.
Nice. Oh, looks really good.
Nice. Very
Really
nice.
nice.
I like it.
Thank you.
Me too. I can go next. I've got mine.
All right, Ola.
I gotta go before Lynn.
Yeah,
That's right.
everybody's got to be done before Lynn. Lynn, you can't go yet.
Where to go? I gotta find it here. I've lost it. Come on. So I didn't do Christmas, and I don't have a
Okay.
tree, but I have a stack of various things.
There you go. That's perfect.
Cool.
Very good.
I love how you
Oh, I
adapted
like
it.
it.
I like the stack instead of the tree. That's cool.
That was
Stack.
great.
I love the
Very
road.
fun.
Very inventive.
Oh, yeah, you did a great job
Thank you.
Very good.
giving me ideas for my road trip album.
There you
Mhm.
go.
There you
Love
go.
it. Okay, anybody else?
Am I allowed to go?
Yes.
I don't know, Lynn. We might make you last.
Yeah, we need to make you last.
Share,
Just
Lynn.
waiting for Kari.
Oh, very nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
really
really
nice.
nice.
Yes.
I like it.
You did what I wanted to do. I wanted to put paper in the back, but I didn't do it because everybody else was going to be white.
Well, I started out with white,
I mean,
and
it's
then
still
I
white.
went with started out with solid white,
Oh, okay.
and I thought that was a little too stark. So then I went this route, which is kind of okay, but I really like the white. So then I went this route.
Oh, I love
I
it.
like that. I like
I
the
wish,
texture.
could you print that paper for me and I could put it on mine?
That's nice, Lynn. Very
That was
nice.
Nice, Lynn.
Very nice.
It's always nice. Okay.
I think
Say
Karen's
that with a little bit more
Karen, you
enthusiasm.
good?
Yeah, I'll share. Am I the
Okay.
only one that went old school?
no,
No?
No.
Karen.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
very
nice.
cute.
Oh, I like your
Very
ornament,
nice.
Karen.
I do
That's
too.
beautiful.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
like you, I felt like it needed something up here too.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
does.
this is the
Right.
second page.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
I like the little bird.
Yeah.
Very
That's
pretty.
neat.
But I
Very
was able to
nice.
use scraps. I mean, it was nice to be able to
Sure.
not have to use a whole
Awesome.
piece of paper for a couple of half-inch strips.
Yay.
Sharon, do you want to share yours?
Okay,
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
And
yeah.
mine
Oh,
is,
look at those
Oh,
cardinals.
yeah,
is so
Oh, the
nice.
birds are neat.
Oh,
I
That
didn't
would
Birds and
have
nice.
snowflakes and
stickers.
poinsettias.
Yes.
didn't have my pictures.
Yeah, that's
So-
okay.
Very pretty.
But you're all
Oh,
set
it
up.
looks great. Oh, I love
Really
the
neat.
cardinals on the tree.
I do
Yes.
too.
I have to do that.
But those
The
are
points-
borders.
I know.
Yeah,
I
but
love
that
it.
works really good.
It's great.
Poinsettias
And I
are
used the
great.
border down here across each bottom. I don't know if you can
Mhm.
see. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
the
it looks
brown
neat.
strip.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says, and I used another match. It's not really matching, but it's the same.
Coordinating.
color.
Oh, it
Yeah,
looks
it's
nice
great.
together.
Works.
That's all that matters.
Good job,
Yeah.
Sharon. That's what you're supposed to do. Just adapt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I have a book right now that I'm working on Christmas, but I finished out all the pages pre-decorating. And I don't know if I'll need any more in this particular book or not. So I'm saving these until I see if I need them.
Nice.
That's
idea.
awesome.
In this
Okay.
particular book, I know I'll need them. I just don't know if I'll need them in this particular album I'm working on.
All right, here we go. Oh, I gotta move that off, and I gotta move that off.
I'm gonna go old school. I got my table ready at home. I just gotta get back home. Maybe the next
Ooh,
class. Oh wow, Kari.
look at the little
That's pretty.
village under the tree. I love it.
Cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. That
Dor-
is so
I
beautiful.
recognize that kit.
Yeah,
That's so beautiful.
I've been waiting to use that kit, so it worked.
You
Very
get my
nice.
new computer up and running, Carrie.
Yeah.
Clara, so I'm ready to go digital on some
Awesome.
things.
All right, we'll
I'm
be ready
serious.
for you.
She's going digital.
Okay.
I've done a
Colleen,
little bit
that's-
of digital, but not with Artisan.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And if you please would share your layout in our album on Consistently Creative Croppers so everyone else can be inspired by what you did. And thank you very much for joining us. And next week, it's the Simple Page Kit.
Is there one already?
Yes, there is, and I got it. Mine came in the mail today, so I've got it here. So I'll be ready. I have time to get it all together. It's it's very nice. It's very nice. So
All right. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining.
you.
Thanks.
thank you,
Nice job,
Colleen. It was
Colleen.
great. It was great.
Thank you.
It's so nice to see all the holiday pictures and everybody's pictures just completed.